Johnson clarifies. Manilal oversaw the team above the prosecutors and investigators, while Perumal managed daily operations. Regarding Section 27 distribution, there were no formal rules. Whoever had tea. Keep digging with us. Hit like and subscribe so you never miss a twist. More explosive revelations are coming. See you in the next one.
The question is, who gave you these names? They're not in the affidavit. We can look at it for the next hour. You will not find the names in 4 up to 12. Somebody gave them to you. Who gave you these names? And under what circumstances?
This application came to me from the prosecutor.
So Ms. Ramsame will have to tell us where she got these names from.
That would be correct.
Okay.
Did you inquire from her where she got the names from when you know that you only gave her the Section 27 affidavit and you are quite familiar with it? Yes, do you engage and say, who are these ones now? Where do they come in? How do they come in? They are not in the affidavit. You are not conducting an investigation yet, so you are not obtaining your own evidence. Where do these names come from? Did you have that engagement with her?
I didn't have that.
Why not? Shouldn't you have? Because from what you are suggesting, it's like she looked at those 3 names and said, no, 3 is not a good number, I prefer 12, and start like somarkhoying other names in there. And you signed, and you are happy with that. How come?
As I indicated, according to me, she only had the 27.
Yes.
And she would have then put together the 28.
Yes.
Yes.
Which we're looking at.
Yes.
And you know the 27 doesn't contain the names from 4 to 12.
That is correct.
So why do you sign it in the form that it is, where suddenly it includes a litany of other people who are not mentioned in 27 affidavit?
Counsel, you refer to only the first 4?
The first 3.
The first 3.
Yes.
And sorry, Commissioner Baloy, that I'm now a bit slow. I don't intend taking the whole afternoon to.
Well, I'm just trying to be helpful.
I'm trying to figure out how she would have arrived at the names because their official capacities mentioned, but the names are not mentioned. I take the point.
You accept that it is not from the Section 27 yes. affidavit that yes. she got the names.
Yes.
You accept that someone must have, if they come from her, someone must have given her these names.
Correct.
Yes.
And I will find out.
And you accept that at this point when she approaches you with this application, the investigation hasn't started yet. You gave her the affidavit, she looked at it, and she came back to you and said, we need to have a preliminary investigation. So you accept at this point there's no investigation yet.
Correct.
All right. Thank you.
My challenge is this, Advocate Johnson. You are authorizing an investigation into 8 people who are not mentioned in the singular document you have. They are not referred to you. There's no complaint regarding them. But you're authorizing an investigation into them. In terms of what section are you acting in so doing?
A conversation must have happened.
With who? That's a question.
With Advocate Ramsamy.
No, she's not conversing by her soul self. Who is she conversing with?
What I'm saying is she and I must have had a conversation.
Oh, so you are aware of that?
I'm saying she and I must have had a conversation, and I will follow that up because I don't have an independent recollection of a conversation. And she would have to indicate then if she had a conversation with somebody else. I wouldn't just have blindly signed it without finding out from her.
Did you perhaps suggest these names to her?
No, these are not people I know.
Can I say the difficulty is that you don't seem to abide the terms of this section 27, even if she proposes the names to you, you are the final decision maker, you're the in charge, you're the one that's authorizing an investigation. It's difficult to conceive of a situation where she comes back to you and she gives you a list of names and you don't say, no, we can't do that because it doesn't arise from this affidavit. We haven't started an investigation, so I know you didn't get those names from an investigation. I know you didn't do that. We have at this point only this affidavit. And you don't say, we are obliged to work with what we've got. We can't do whatever we feel like. It's difficult to understand that you would be party. If this is her giving, she gave you these names, that you are happy to sign off a truly invasive investigation because your powers to hear evidence means you can call these people, you can look into their affairs. That's what it means. And you do it outside the corners of the only document you have on which you could work with. You, the head, are not in a position, and you do not say to your prosecutor that we are not doing that. We are bound by law, we are bound by rules to investigate that which is properly given to us. It's a misuse of powers, whether it comes from her or from you. At this stage, this is a misuse of powers. To take intrusive steps and action against people on this affidavit, you have no justification whatsoever on this affidavit to be looking into Likalakala, Ngube Moyani Sibula, Madileng, Mokwele even, by name, Duvalo, whoever is automotive engineer. You have absolutely no legitimate and valid basis to look into them. Maybe there is something to look at later on, but we are still at this affidavit stage where you are authorizing that they be called in, that their affairs, their bank statements be looked into, and their lifestyles and everything and about them. And they must come to interviews under threat of, if you do not cooperate, it's a criminal offense. You're happy to do all of that. When in fact the document, the only document on which you rely to act as you do in this document, doesn't create a basis for it. It's to me, it's yet another instance where you, in particular, have misused your powers to go where you are not authorized to go. There's no legitimate basis to do this. Do you want to comment?
I have no comment.
You said later in the year. Now that worries me because the arrests were mid-year. So if later in the year is after the arrests, that is a problem. So when you say later in the year, what do you mean? Do you mean after June or before June 2025?
It would have had to have been before June 2025 because he became the investigator earlier on, which was
in January.
In January,
yes.
Yeah, I don't think it's an answer that that kind of question where you answer, it would have been, you have had opportunity to ask and you were told you saw it later on. You either did ask and were informed when later on, or you must still go back and find out when exactly did he see it, because the way you're answering, you don't have personal knowledge of it, so you have to check with other people, and we shouldn't be left with the impression that yes, he saw it before the arrest because of how you've answered. I think it's a question that you must verify and come back to us with a specific period.
I will do that, Commissioner Baloyi, with the exact answer.
Finally, do you dispute his version when he says before this commission that he did not see the Section 27 affidavit? Do you dispute his version? Do you say he's not telling the truth?
I'm unable to dispute his version because he's in that team. That is why I'm saying I have to ask the questions after the fact.
Thank you.
It's not my place to say he lied. he would have to, he explained as he did, yes.
Thank you. And thank you, Advocate Johnson.
You're still going to be discussing the Section 27 notice. I do have a question, but if it's a topic, you are still...
Section 27 affidavit.
Affidavit.
Yes.
Okay.
We're still going to...
All right, I'll leave my question for now.
Thanks, Commissioner. You gave this long... It's quite a big team. You're informed of, I think, Ayanda Mbalo, Charles Els. From yesterday, you keep referencing Chief Perumal. Chief is not his name, is it?
No, it is the rank is Dylan Perumal.
Dylan, thank you. Now, you now have, as I understand, a group of prosecutors. Well, the prosecutors, there are two, and then a group of investigators. Who leads then this entire team? Who's the leader of this particular team?
It is the Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions who leads the team. And then within the team, you will have, as you have a chief investigator who will lead the investigative part of the investigations. But the team is led by the Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions.
Okay. And in this case, that would be Mr. Manilal.
That is correct.
That is the leader of this team.
Yes.
Not Chief Perumal.
No.
Because I understood Colonel Padiache to refer to Chief Perumal as the leader of the team. Was he perhaps wrong in your understanding?
Not wrong. I think as an investigator, having the chief criminal investigator in the team, they look to him as the leader of the investigations. They almost invariably engage with him in terms of the taskings and the activities, reporting back and getting guidance. The everyday investigative functions would be dealt with by the chief criminal investigator or a senior investigator, as is the case in other teams as well.
So then what's the role of the leader of the team? What is Mr. Manilal's role as leader?
So Mr. Manilal's role is, because IDAC has a prosecution-led investigative methodology, they have to sit together to work out what the prosecution strategy is, what investigations must take place. They look at the resources that may be required, and so what his role is to coordinate and direct the evidence that will be, investigation that must be undertaken for the evidence to be collected and the relevant evidence that would be required. Mm-hmm. And then there's that constant to and fro as things come in, perhaps to look at the legal prescripts. Have they been met? Are there things that are outstanding? And that is the guidance, etc. within the team, both of the prosecutors and investigators.
So then in this team led by Mr. Manilal, who gets to decide whether the Section 27 referral is distributed to members of the team? Who makes that decision? Is it Mr. Manilal as the leader? Or who is it?
Ordinarily, it should be the team leader, which is Mr. Manilal, but it would depend on who had the document at the time. There's no rules about who gets what and who decides who gets what. I think it's a...
What's the purpose of being a leader?
I see.
So sorry. You spoke at the same time.
I apologize. My error was mine. I apologize, Chair.
Apologies, Chair.
Yeah, please finish what you were saying.
What it is you have the team leader who will decide what all must happen. So obviously, invariably, it's the team leader who should distribute all the documents. I don't know that there's a decision who to give and who not to give. It works in terms of what is required at the time and who's the person who should have access to the document. You may find that it is a prosecutorial document and not necessarily something you